What's up guys, welcome to Film and TV Reviews. Today I'm reviewing the 2018 version of A Star is Born, a film about a country music singer with addiction problems who meets a woman who's an aspiring singer and they end up falling in love. So I like this film quite a bit, it's a good film. My concern is that the story, because it is a remake, because we have seen films similar to it, it is predictable, it is unoriginal at times, but it is very charming, and because the main leads are so likable, you can kind of brush by all of the actual story and plot deficiencies or limitations. I do think the film is a little on the long side. It's about 2 hours 15 minutes. You could probably trim about 20 minutes worth of that. Because of how long the film is, I do think as it goes on, it does lose some momentum, particularly in the middle chunk of the film. But it does build up again towards the end. You know things are going to happen. I'm not going to get into spoilers yet, but it's building up to something, and I was a little surprised by how it ended. I wasn't expecting that, and yeah, it left the film feeling a bit more emotional and worthwhile at the end. Overall, I think the film is very believable, very relatable. It does use things like Saturday Night Live and modern TV shows and events and stuff like that to really hammer home the lifestyle of a celebrity or a musician in the modern age. So it does a good job of making this a honest and almost like a trustworthy view on what it's like to be a musician or a singer. One of the things I really liked about this film is that it examines what it is to be an artist for the sake of art versus an artist for the sake of money. Brings up questions about whether one is better than the other, one is more worthwhile than the other. It's similar in a way to what Birdman did, and it brings up a whole debate about value and worth of a piece of art, such as music. So to move on about the characters a bit, Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga are brilliant in this film. Give Lady Gaga the Academy Award right now. She is absolutely amazing in this, and best thing in the film. Sadly, while them characters are good, all the supporting characters, not so much. They are stereotypical. They don't get much time. Sam Elliott is great in his role, but he only really pops up here and there. He doesn't really have that much to do, although he is a very important character. But you have got the stereotypical angry, selfish agent. You have got the stereotypical Italian American dad and his mates. None of these characters really get fleshed out all that much. They're very much serving a purpose. But all the characters are relatable. They're all very likable at times, and the performances are brilliant. Acting is really good. One of the things the film does with its characters is it explores the idea of persona and identity, particularly with Lady Gaga's character, when you see her transform from being a fairly straightforward normal woman to being a pop singer, and it questions whether that's what she should be doing or whether that's something she wants to be doing or not, and explores that in a good way. In terms of cinematography, this is a really pretty film. It's very good looking. A lot of good use of lighting. A lot of the musical performances were filmed on location in front of a large crowd with actual lighting. So it really helps the immersion that this is primarily filmed the way it should be, the way these events would actually be and would take place. That really helps the production side of things. The costumes, the makeups, and the wig is all great. Not really much to say about that, to be honest. But the soundtrack and the score, this is a musical film, it is about singing, so it's very important that the music's good, and the music is good. It's really good, in fact. Although they do seem to sing like the same song like 3 times in the whole film, but hey, it's a decent song, not going to complain about that. Like I said, the musical scenes are really good, really immersive. I like how some of them are filmed in one take, or one long take rather, so you do feel the immersion. You feel like you're watching a live performance because you are watching a live performance. They filmed them as they were happening, and the actual sound you're hearing is from there. It's not being dubbed over the top. They're not miming it. Well, maybe they are sometimes, but I don't think they are. So that's what I think of A Star Is Born. I think it's a really good film. I do recommend it. I think if you like Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga, you'll love this. If you want a good romantic drama film featuring good music, this is a worthwhile investment. So that's my recommendation. I am going to go into spoilers now, but if you're going to watch the film, come back, watch the spoilers afterwards. In the meantime, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at _Grant_Burton, or subscribe to my channel. I appreciate that. Give me a thumbs up, like this video, share it across social media, let other people know about it, because if you don't like it, someone else might. Time for some spoilers. So full spoilers from here on out. I really liked the ending. The ending took me by surprise. The fact that he committed suicide, I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting a bit more of a happy ending, but instead it's very somber, very sad and depressing almost. So I was surprised that that happened, but then the actual final scene of Lady Gaga's character reverting back to her normal, more down-to-earth self and style, with the hair colour back to being a brunette, with the more subdued outfit and the more natural performance. I thought that was a really nice touch and a really good way to end the film. One of the things that I was really I wouldn't say it bugged this, it's just something that I really wanted to know because it was never defined properly in the film, is Bradley Cooper's character is deaf. But does Lady Gaga's character know that? Because he's mentioning this with everyone else, but he never brings it up with her character. And you hear and see that she's having to repeat herself quite a lot with him. And at no point does she question it, at no point is it ever brought up in a conversation where she's like, are you going deaf? No, she just either doesn't realize it, or there's a scene somewhere that's been cut out, or that maybe I've just overlooked it and it turns out she knew all along. I don't know. But yeah, I really wish they touched on that a bit more. One of the bits I wasn't too sure of was the Grammy Awards when Lady Gaga's character won the what was it, the best newcomer, I think it was, and he comes on stage, he's drunk, and he basically embarrasses and humiliates herself at the biggest moment of her life and career, something that would probably really jeopardize her life and career going forward. And she just kind of, yeah, she's annoyed, but then it's like completely forgotten about and forgiven after that. So yeah, I get it, she loves him, but would you really just walk by that and not mention it or bring it up again? I don't know. Perhaps it speaks more to her character. Perhaps she is a more understanding and loving character than we thought. So, yeah, maybe it's not that big a deal. Maybe I'm just holding grudges. There's a point in the film where they decide to get married, and it comes out of nowhere. The reason it comes out of nowhere is because this is really a low down point in their relationship. It's to the point where arguably they're not even a couple anymore, and yet all of a sudden they're getting married. It felt a little unnatural, a little forced to me. But hey, like I said, they do clearly love each other. So yeah, maybe they should have just waited a bit more before they rushed into that. And yeah, that's kind of all I've got to say about A Star Is Born. It's a good film. I did think it was a little on the predictable and unoriginal side, except for the ending. I didn't see him dying at the end, but it goes through the standard beats of the film. It is a remake, like I said, so it can't deviate too much. But yeah, I do recommend the film. I did like it a lot. Lady Gaga is brilliant in it. Bradley Cooper's good too. Go watch this film. So yeah, that's all I got to say. So thanks for watching.